Hi everybody, Billy Army here, 1080 After Dark. You're looking at a picture of Dave Michaels, and that's me on the right, Billy Army. And this is this week's episode number 14 of our podcast. Every week we bring you one, and this week we got a great topic, Valentine's Day, upcoming holidays. And Dave Michaels does the Tasty and Tainted challenge, and he tastes some delicious Vienna sausages in a can. And if you keep staying tuned for the video, YouTube video, you will see some videotape of that footage in there. And we got about 10 new subscribers this week. We do appreciate everybody as we try to grow the channel. Please hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, I bring you 1080 After Dark episode number 40.
Well, that's okay, Billy.
Good.
Yeah. So, Billy,
Are we recording?
I think we are now recording. Yes, sir.
What happened to the intro?
Should we do the intro?
I think we should use the intro, right?
Okay.
Because we have a new intro. I mean, we should go with the intro.
I don't know if it's new. It doesn't have a background.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well, for the
making
time
it
being, we should put it in there. I mean, we have every show needs a proper opening, David. doesn't
Okay.
it?
Yeah. Okay. I guess so. I'll get that here.
That's the thing about everything is technical. Everything's got to be technical. Well, we're going to talk about on today's show when we get into it real heavy, real deep, and everything.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go,
Dave.
Billy. Here we go.
This is 1080 After Dark with Dave Michaels and Billy Army. And now 1080 After Dark.
All right, Dave. I like
All
that,
right.
even without the music opening.
Because
It's-
that's less work for you, right?
No, it's less work for our buddy Kenny Thomas there, but I do love that opening, and we're back with another 1080 After Dark podcast. And
Kenny Thomas is the king, dude.
you can never know with technical difficulties, and we do this podcast, we hit record, and we go straight through. We don't do a lot of fancy editing because we hate editing, and we don't have time for that. Isn't that right, Dave?
Well, absolutely, Billy. That's one of the reasons why we don't cuss, because then
Right?
you have to go back and chop it out so that it's
I guess
friendly
we
for
would.
work. I mean, I would like to think that you can listen to this podcast wherever you are. If you're in front of the kiddos, if you're in front of your
Yeah.
parents, you can listen to this podcast. You're not going to hear anything really nasty. You certainly won't hear
Right.
any offending words.
Yeah, and it takes time to think about. Like today, I was even I want to talk about Valentine's Day, Dave.
Oh, Jesus. Are you serious, Billy?
Yes, because Valentine's Day is coming up, and
This is not going to be some kind of Dr. Pincus love line show, is it?
no, nothing like that, nothing like that. And I just wanted to talk about Valentine's Day, and now you got me sidetracked. See, I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say you're right. It's a clean show. For example, today in regards to that, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I read some, or we read some dirty limericks?
Oh, do you have any?
Well, I had some, yeah, but some of them were like just they're too.
Well, didn't you write them yourself?
No, I was doing research on the internet. So these, I can't write dirty limericks. I mean, that takes some real talent. I mean, I read
How
some.
much talent could it take?
Oh boy, Dave, I read some really good. but we
Hickory
can't-
dickory duck.
No, we can't do those.
Girl,
on,
come
no, these were like
hang out on the dock.
advanced level people with PhDs must write these things. They were impressive. So instead of that, though, I mean, I've got some. Well, we're gonna get into it about. Well, it has to do with love poetry, right? You ever try to write a love poem
Oh,
to a lady?
gosh, no.
No?
Nah.
Never?
Nah. The only poems I would do is, something kind of witty, like, roses are red, violets are blue. What the hell do you want from me? Leave me alone.
Right. So you try to be fun. Your angle is to the humor of it.
Right. Well, but that's not
Right.
really, I mean, they thought it was humorous, but it was really true.
But did it work?
No.
No, it didn't work.
They
That's
still
too
come
bad.
over anyways.
They still want to marry you anyway.
They still want to hang on. It's like, oh, gosh, didn't you get the message? Whatever, though. I'm not
okay.
very romantic, Billy.
No, that's not true. That's
Yeah,
not true.
no,
I'm sure
I'm
that
like,
you
hey,
are.
take off my shoes and get me a beer.
Okay, well, look, now see, you're tapping right into the theme of today's show, because when I open up the Comedy Vault, I've got a song in there from people might know him as the voice of Early Calder on the television show Squidbillies, which I think is a super funny show. Anyways, he's the voice of that guy. But little people know he does some comedy albums, and this one we got on the Comedy Vault. We're not going to play it just yet, but first I want to start off with the internet, Dave. We need to start off with the stupidity of the internet.
Oh, okay.
And I have got to address, well, as we know, we're on the quest to 1,000 subscribers, Dave, on the internet.
Whoa, how are we doing?
Well, we are doing, you want to hit the
We're not
intro?
going into negative numbers, are we?
No.
Okay,
Thankfully, we're not.
Oh, jeez.
And as we open up the internet, we will see.
You know, could we do some editing on these the combination dialing? We could listen to this. This is too loud.
This is too loud?
But no, though, isn't this when you have the safe cracking?
No, that's the other intro, Dave.
Well, what does this have to do with?
This is our background music for the internet. What do we have here?
I get.
Got some monkeys, and now we've checked. Now we've shut down.
The
the
aliens
internet.
got me. What was that?
That's when. See, we've got monkeys in the background there, and they're playing around with the internet until they accidentally unplug it.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's what that. So we are now. We're on the quest to 1,000 subscribers in a year, Dave. And last week, I begged, I asked for subscribers, and we got 7 more.
Oh, that's not bad.
Or 7 or
How many
8?
did we lose?
None. We gained quite a few.
Are you sure?
We've got quite a few hits. So it's just one piece at a time, and we think. And I think, what do we call those things? They're called
7 more people.
Sub update, subscriber update. It's the sub update. Yeah. So we're up to like 77 subscribers. Now, Dave, what is 77 taken away from 1,000?
923.
Okay, so we need 923 more subscribers by the end of in 1 year. And then we just started this a week ago, so it's still a year out. Look how positive this is, Dave. So if you're hearing this now, please hit the subscribe button to the podcast.
What is 52 times 7? I mean,
and the YouTube channel.
Yeah, how many is that going to put us on track? Are we on pace to hit 1,000? Let's see.
We're not really on pace.
What
We're
is
off by
52
maybe,
times 7?
Oh boy, it's getting real technical.
That would be 364.
Yeah, we're going to
364.
if we get 7 per week times how many weeks are in the year? 52?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so,
see, we're still going to be short.
Oh dear.
Damn.
Well, it's an uphill battle, but see, I
fudge.
feel they say that the first 1,000 subscribers is the toughest. You know, that's what they say about making $1 million, and nobody ever does that either. But we are optimistic, Dave, that it can happen.
Sure, why not, dude?
And if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
To help us, to grow the channel, and also that's what grows the channel, and to get feedback. Because I'd really like it if once again we could get feedback from the audience. For example, I know on the 1080 After Dark podcast you've been working a lot on the internet with updating the website, and it'd be great if we get with the podcast the plugins where we can get Facebook comments and things of that nature. So get a real dialogue going on.
That's a
with
good
the
idea.
audience. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that just takes some doing, and that's just one thing at a time, as they say.
Don't worry about that, Billy. We'll take care of that. Don't
Technical
worry about
difficulty. You're amazing on the internet. You've been doing a lot of
don't-
crazy work there.
that. Don't bore the people with inside stuff that they have no idea about. Yeah. How many of them care about that?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about my internet.
Right.
Traveling.
Nobody cares. The last YouTube video that I uploaded with the podcast and everything with the
you
video
did?
took me about 3.5 hours of just redoing it because technical. It was brutal. Dave.
Oh,
See, but I don't
my
want to hear that.
gosh.
You're right. It's
Yeah.
complaining. They want to
it's
hear
complaining.
about Valentine's Day.
Right. So you
Yes.
got these horny poems that you want to read out.
No, these are nothing like that, Dave. I wanted to have some catharsis and get in touch with the audience. And like, for example, I'm not good with Valentine's Day. I'm not really good with holidays and things of that nature. It's a flaw of my personality.
But what is there to be good about? I mean, just whatever.
Well,
it's just another day.
For example,
whatever.
have you ever been guilty of, let's say, forgetting your girlfriend's birthday?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Why? I mean, I understand
Because-
it's not
yeah.
good, but why is it so bad?
Or
Come on.
because
we understand she was born. So what?
Because
So
you
was I.
have to put in the effort and be. See, I had an incident with a lady, right, my girlfriend, right, and it's not that I forgot, and this was this last week, her birthday, but what it was that other things came up, and then the plans that I had, they just got ruined,
Yeah, so she has to take the back seat, yes?
Right, exactly. That's right. And no, but
Wow,
not
Billy,
this
that's
was no
ice
one's
cold,
fault.
dude.
It's no one's fault. But then
Wow.
when I spoke to her on the telephone, she was like, I was disappointed, And then that disappointed me. I felt
Yeah.
like bad, And so that's not the first time I try to be better at it, but when I was a younger fellow, I was just not, one time instead of spending the evening with my girlfriend at the time, and it was because it was her birthday, like a pinhead, I decided to go do an open mic stand-up comedy. Like, what an idiot, right? And it wasn't a big deal because I came back, I thought. But the idea that I even left, when I reflect on it now, I go, of course you're an idiot, right?
Of course you are. Of
course.
Dude.
So that makes sense. And then, I just, so Valentine's Day is like that one. I don't want to mess that one up. I've got to focus.
Here's some advice from good old Uncle Dave.
Okay.
As you're driving around with your wife or your girlfriend, you got to wait for the right time, Billy. It's about timing.
Timing is good.
When that car slows down enough, you jump the hell out, and you just go. Just walk the other way and let her leave her. She's driving. That's the other
on
thing.
Valentine's Day.
That's the other thing. You got to make sure she's driving.
You've got an interesting romance technique.
Otherwise, she'll jump out of the car and jump on the hood, and then you got this big old, scene. There's a big scene. Someone's on top of the car, and she's driving down the freeway with you on the. No. That ain't gonna happen to me.
When did that happen to you?
And never. That's never.
Never?
Happened to me. Oh no.
Well, that was back when the newspapers were only covering things. You'd have to go deep to find that article, right? Dave Michaels jumping on top of him.
I don't know. Valentine's Day is not one of my favorite days, Billy.
Well, you'd like to joke about it, how, the women and things. And that's why, Dave.
Oh, they're crazy.
I brought a great one today for the Comedy Vault, and let's go to that next. Let's just go ahead and do it. We're going to open up the Comedy Vault, and we have two things. First, I got to get out of the way, is last week we played Phil Harris, and we got to play this song just because I promised we'd play it, Dave. And I don't know if it goes along necessarily with the Valentine's theme, but it's called. Well, no, let's forget it. Let's wait till I'm going to push it up till next week again because it doesn't fit the theme. Yeah, but I do want to play that song. There's a song. Do you have that song by the way, or no? Yeah, let's just open up the comedy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, let's open up. We'll open it up, and then.
So what are we doing? We're going to open up the Comedy Vault. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. Here's the Comedy Vault.
I got to decide what's
kids.
in the Comedy Vault because I've stuffed it in there and now I forgot.
All right.
But Phil Harris's cigarettes might be in there. Do you care for parody songs much, Dave? Or
I hate them.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes, it's all coming back up. Yes.
You have a look of just pure disgust, Dave. All right, now we've got this vault open, Dave, and we are going to play, as I promised, and some of you may have heard this, some of you may not. I imagine most of you have not. But it's a very funny song by a very funny, talented fellow.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it.
And it goes by, I sent you the link, actually.
Oh, okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
This man he goes by the name of Unknown Hinson, Dave.
Go and fetch it for me. Bring me a sandwich and a old Milwaukee.
It's got good taste, I'll tell you that.
Talking whilst I'm watching TV. Go and fetch it for me. It is your privilege to serve and obey my every command.
All right, Billy. So what is this kind of
honky
tonk
and you'll try
submissive wife music, beat your wife music? What is this?
It's just a song, Dave. I thought you would like it.
But if you
That's a fake accent, number one. That is just too bad. That's horrible.
of my expectations, I'll throw you away. I'm a man, and that's what mans do. Baby, go and fetch it for me. The wrestling match is coming on Channel 3.
I'll tell you what, that's a good night, dude. Hanging out in the trailer, having a sandwich and a beer, watching wrestling. Oh man, dude.
That's romance, huh?
That is romance. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, yes.
All right,
that's
I like
real
that.
romance.
That's a fun
ladies.
one. That's if you've never heard of that. He's got a couple of comedy albums like that where he just does satire songs, fun songs, and Unknown Hinson, the voice of Early Calder on Squidbillies. Yeah.
That's fantastic, Billy.
All right, so let's do it. Let's pull up Phil Harris now because I promised it. I want to play that song too. It's called.
What's it called?
It's called Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, Dave. And if you've never heard it,
Why are we playing this, Billy?
we've got to play this because I promised it last week. It's very important that if we promise something to the audience that we do come back to it. And I do have to stuff it in there because in the comedy, as we know, as we talked about last week, Phil Harris is a comedy legend. And if we tease it, we should really play it here on the podcast. And it kind of fits the theme of Valentine's Day because after people make sweet loves, Dave, don't they want to have a cigarette? Don't they? Or is that frowned upon these days? Maybe they want to vape.
That's kind of frowned upon these days.
Maybe a good puff on that old Max Flow or the...
Yeah, I don't know.
You ever smoke a Max Flow?
On the Juul device, maybe.
Yeah. This is a fun song. We can sing along with it if you want. Do you know it?
Now I'm a fellow with a heart of gold and the ways of a gentleman. I've been told the kind of a guy that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met that guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now, not 'cause I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they'll harm your health. I've smoked all my life and ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same. At a petting party or a poker game, everything must stop while they smoke that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make him wait, but you've just got to have another cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke.
Okay.
Puff, puff, puff.
What is this, Billy? What year is this?
The other night, old
probably came out.
I mean, what year are we living in?
Well, they tell us it's 2023.
Do
you know what century it is?
It is the 21st century, Billy.
I'm glad you know your centuries,
Oh,
Dave.
yeah, dude.
Because
I'm not an idiot.
You are going to have to face in today's Tasty and Tainted trivia. The question is going to have to do with what century it is,
dude.
actually.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I don't care, dude. I know all that stuff. I'm a man of science, Billy. Can't
You're
you
a
tell?
Okay, I do know. Well, that's
Can't
true.
you tell by this receding hairline that I'm a man of science? Is that?
Yeah, I guess that you
know.
look smart, actually. Very smart. You don't have a sloped forehead, so that's a good quality to have.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Dave, when I go back to Valentine's Day, I think of it was a Valentine's Day in junior high, and there was a gal that I liked a lot and everything, but I had to ride the bus, with the fellow by the name of, well, I shouldn't say his name.
Was it Corn Pop?
Close, yeah, exactly. My good old friend Corn Pop, yeah. And he used to eat some disgusting products. Well, I guess they're considered food on the bus, and I fear that day he might have got some of that product on me because I tried to give this young gal these not delicious, but these it was like a ring. I got frowned upon. I got rejected. I don't want to get too into it, but the point is sometimes the universe smiles upon us. And before we came here today, Dave, sometimes we'll stop at a local convenience store, and I like to get a cup of coffee. And there they were. They were sitting on the shelf. I couldn't believe it, so I picked them up, and they're going to be part of today's Tasty and Tainted Trivia. But first, we gotta open up Tasty and Tainted Trivia with our new intro there, Dave.
How much of this stuff do we have, Billy? I mean,
we've got all of these things. We've got all of these things, Dave. We should just be lined up, hopefully.
So how many? You sent me a whole bunch of elements, Billy, and I'm supposed to have them all just like ready to go here, or what?
Maybe I should have them in.
And now it's time for Billy's Tasty.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Good and tasty?
Yes.
Or Tasty.
Oh, this is really classic. Really classy, Billy.
On the desk, Dave, are the delicious and tasty Vienna sausages.
Those are pretty nasty.
In a
dude.
tiny can.
That is pretty nasty stuff.
In
I've
a
seen them
tiny
before.
can,
My
yes.
kids loved them when they were babies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this fellow loved them at a later age.
That's
and
disgusting.
I've never had one, and
Oh.
I fear them. So I'm hoping you get the question right today on Billy's Tasty. You're looking at them like they're real.
Well, like it says, made with chicken, meat, beef, pork, and other meats.
Yeah.
What the hell, Billy? I mean, what is
that
it?
means
Chipmunk?
it's good.
Squirrel?
That means it's tastier, right? Doesn't it?
Wait a minute. Did you get this at that little foreign market down the street? The one with no windows? Did you get it at that place, dude?
I may have. I just may have, yes. Okay. Now, how much do you know about Valentine's Day? The history of it?
You did get it down at that store.
I did not. It's a safe product, I hope. Okay. So How much do you know about Valentine's Day?
Oh, I know a lot, dude. I know you pick up the chick, you take her home, and then you turn off the lights, and then you...
No, the history of it.
Yeah, I've been doing that for years.
Okay, no, but like you don't know what country maybe it came from?
I'm going to say it probably came from France.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dave, you are very close. Very close. But that is not what the question has to do with today. The question has to do with today and it might be difficult for you to answer, but what century? What century, Dave? And you did earlier know that we're in the 21st century, so that's good. You're off to a good start. What century was Valentine's Day created?
The 25th century.
That is incorrect. You're not going to even attempt to guess?
That was... wait a minute. Did you say when did Buck Rogers take place? Or when?
No, Dave, aren't you paying attention?
No.
What century was Valentine's Day created?
Oh, God.
Answer that phone. No. Dave Cave is getting a phone call. Let's see if they know it. Ask them. Hopefully that's a smart person on the line.
It's probably not. It's probably some idiot.
Well, they might know it. Who knows, Dave? We could never know.
I'm going to say Valentine's Day was created in the 20th century, William. It was invented in 1903.
You are hundreds of years off.
Holy smokes.
I'm not even going to get it away because we'll save it for another Valentine's Day later down the line. I'll put that in the queue for the next time.
Well, by then I'll know the answer, Billy.
Not necessarily. But let's just say it's before the 10th century, Dave. Before the 10th century. Now, please do us all a favor, and I'm going to get the camera going just to do a clip here for the YouTube show here as you are facing the Vienna sausages. Now, these are good, right? Because you always eat things like you're just like a man. It's just amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what men do. We eat things, but
look at
I prefer to eat things that are alive. I like to catch them and eat them. But this thing, Billy, I've never seen...
They still make these things. I can't believe
I know what
it.
they are. Like I said, the kids
20
used to
years
eat those.
ago was just amazing that my friend would eat these. Okay, so go ahead. Just
and they're in some gelatinous kind of thing. What am I supposed to do? Just dig this out with my teeth?
Well, no. I just want to know what you think of them. I mean, are they a good snack product?
Oh, hey, they're not in gelatinous material. They're in some kind of liquid.
Oh yeah. I always remember that the smell was horrifying. I would sit next to him on the bus, and the smell of the Vienna sausages was really, dig right in there.
Dig it out with the pen cap, dude.
Oh, that looks disgusting.
Men don't care about
shot. Look what you can see on the YouTube channel is Dave is eating the sausage with a pen cap. It looks, I'm a man, Billy. At least it looks like it looks, you know what? It looks fresh. Are they?
That's disgusting.
Oh, is
it's
it?
really disgusting.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I've tortured you, Dave.
Wow,
but
why do the kids like that?
Maybe, and now are they salty? Are they salty?
They're flavorless except for the salt. Yeah, they're just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's a
nasty
tip from this company. They're not very good. All right.
Those were invented in France too. Look.
No, they weren't.
Vienna.
I think those
Vienna sausages, dude. That's French.
If that's French, that's another reason why I'm not really into French things. That is absolutely horrifying.
That's disgusting.
We're going to have to take those out of the Dave Cave in a minute here after this because
it smells like wieners.
Yeah, it smells like boiled wieners.
Oh, God. Hot dog water is disgusting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. And that is hot dog water, technically.
It is. It's absolutely hot dog water.
Made with chicken, beef, pork.
Remember when we did that show and that guy was saying that his mom used to pack him hot dogs in a thermos and then pour boiling water in there? Oh, my God.
Well, maybe they were good hot dogs. No, I guess it doesn't matter, right? The grossness of it is just, you've tainted the thermos for eternity. It will never be, the same.
It's always going to smell like a big wiener.
Dang,
dude.
See, and that's the problem that day with that girl is I think I'd smelled like those things. And then I went up to her to give her the ring and everything, and just...
You smelled like a can of Alpo.
I smelled like his Vienna Alpo meat, whatever thing.
Smells like
disgusting.
Kennel ration.
So that didn't go good. And then maybe I got just turned off too easily to the idea of romance. I wasn't, you have to keep trying over and over again.
I don't deal with romance, dude. That's a bunch of nonsense.
So you know what I thought? Well, sometimes you like to get romantic. You go on the, I was thinking... What do the kids do, these days? If, let's say you wanted to write, a love poem, I bet the internet has something, right? So I went on to the internet, and I found that it could do it for me, right? Like many.
Oh.
So I found this love poem generator.
Oh, yeah.
Really, so I had to test it out. And I decided I'd use you, Dave, as my love here. And so I plugged in some things into this poem generator.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, it operated a little bit like, you know, Mad Libs?
Sure.
Is it Mad Libs or Mad Lips?
Mad Libs.
Why is it Libs?
Like ad-libbing something, but you're mad-libbing something.
Oh, that's an odd name for that. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Okay, so this is what the genius internet computer came up with here.
All right, I'm ready, Bill.
Goes like this,
Let's
Dave.
do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
My love, Dave, your skin glows like the hot dog, blossoms throbbing as the cactus in the purest hope of spring. My yearning heart rises to your moog synth voice and leaps like a Bigfoot at the whisper of your name, Dave. The evening ascends in on a great parrot wing. I am calmed by your KSCO hoodie that I carry into the twilight of starbeams and hold next to my heart. I am filled with hopes that I may dry your tears of BTT. As my hair falls from your eyes, I am reminded of your smile. In the hushed, I listen for the last splash of the spring. My heated breast breathes inside my soul. I wait in the crystal moonlight for your secret body so that we may Mexican as one, breast to breast, in search of the glorious brown sensual wings of love.
That has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, Billy. That's random AI generating stuff, and that's
what it came up with. It said plug in these type of things. We needed a little information, and it would write me a beautiful love poem.
I never realized AI was so far away from being,
Well, isn't that good?
No, that's terrible. That doesn't make any sense.
Couldn't I modify that a little bit and make it clean it up, and it would just be more classic?
It's just nonsensical. It's bizarre. It's weird. I don't like it.
No.
Come
on, Dave. Look at it. It's so good. Just try it one more time. Look at this part of it.
I would never tell a chick something like that. Oh, my heart leaps out at you like some panther, jumping on a squirrel. That's stupid.
Breast to breast and all that?
Oh, no, dude. You don't say stuff like that.
What about, I am calmed by your KSCO hoodie?
Well, that part's pretty nice, dude. You're never going to hear that if you're not wearing a KSCO hoodie, by the way. Be sure to stop by and pick up your KSCO hoodie.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it will carry you into the twilight of starbeams and you can hold it next to your heart. Yeah, well, it does suck. I'll give it that. Yeah,
that's pretty terrible. In the twilight of starbeams, what am I, on acid?
Yeah, it's
what
no
is she,
good.
a drug addict?
I don't know. And that's the thing. What do women want? What does the modern lady want?
What do you want
now?
from us, ladies?
That's
Jeez,
right.
Get off our back. You're always bringing up all that old stuff. Get off it already. Give it a rest.
Do they do that a lot?
Well, they always do that, dude.
I always find that they usually just do that the day or whatever week you're receiving their email because you've been dumped, And then the email's like it's denoted. It's got bullet points and everything telling you everything you've ever done wrong and why, just sequential. And they will go into it. I don't really like the way that you interacted with that man on the street that was trying to gather signatures for Greenpeace, Because of the fact that I know Greenpeace is a bunk organization and a con, right? I'm not saying this really happened.
I don't even read the stupid letters they leave behind. That's dumb. Because you know what it sounds like? Oh, you don't remember my birthday. You don't take me out. Oh, get out of here with that guy.
That's not.
It sounds like this to me.
Right. Well, it's not nice.
Like,
that's not very nice.
I don't care. It's just a bunch of noise.
Come on, you're just saying that now. What if your lady is listening to this podcast? What was she? She knows you're joking around.
She can't hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So those pickup lines are going real down good at the home, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Nice. And what do you do about the hearing aid? You just take the batteries out, or? Good move, Dave. See, that's romance. Now you're thinking.
Now you got it, dude. Yeah.
Now you're thinking, exactly.
She can't hear me cussing and yelling at her.
No,
it makes
that's
it more
true.
romantic for her.
That's one way to go, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we joke around a lot, but seriously, I feel, it's hard if Valentine's Day comes and I try to put effort into things, and we all do, of course. I guess, but I wonder if modern women, like, let's say, when I say modern lady, say someone who's 18, right? Mm-hmm. Do this generation, the new generation, even care about stuff like Valentine's Day anymore? Or
Probably not.
Is it just old hat? Is it just kind of like, as long as you take me out to like Kentucky Fried Chicken or whatever and Popeyes, it's good enough? I don't know.
That's my kind of woman, dude.
Or I guess it wouldn't even be you'd go out. Or what you would really do is you'd call up the DoorDash, and you'd probably get Popeye's chicken delivered. And
that's not my kind of woman.
Well, but you're not 18.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
See that I feel like that might be going on. But even then, gentlemen, if you're listening, you better at least have some gift.
Are you saying the women of tomorrow won't even know how to cook? That's horrible.
The women of tomorrow don't even. I don't think the women of today know how to cook.
Oh,
isn't that
ridiculous?
I think that's something that's been lost for a couple generations now because of our modern society. Like, how many people that you know, Dave, actually will cook dinner these days? Honestly, like, unless they're cooking for themselves.
Not too many, dude. I do.
Yeah, but you're probably cooking for yourself, right?
For me and my son.
Okay, well that counts. That counts a little bit, but yeah, I feel like like a lot of it is just where grab food on the go, or people make a small something at home. The days of actually cooking are somewhat lost, I think.
Everyone's eating Vienna sausages nowadays. They're not buying dinner; they're eating Vienna sausages, getting salmonella poisoning.
Oh, geez, those are just.
Was that sitting by the sun? I mean, was that like sitting in the sun?
Well, I mean, in all seriousness, you did see me pick it up because you were parked in the parking lot, and didn't you see me grab these?
I thought you picked up a cigarette butt. You picked that up from the parking lot?
Man.
Jesus, Bill, you didn't even buy it?
I was told, look, it said free food.
Oh, my God.
It said free, and it should be fine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we can get a toilet paper sponsor for this Tasty or Tainted segment.
Was that bad, huh?
It's not good, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Dave, I'm sorry. Well, next week we'll try to make it more palatable. It's supposed to be tasty and tainted.
It's supposed to be tasty or tainted.
Yeah,
it could be delicious. It could be bad.
Next week, I'm going to do that. We'll have a tasty one and a bad one. This week, I just we had to get back on track, and we were a little behind on schedule. But so the Vienna sausages, and those are from real life. I'm not making this up. The friend of mine from, I'm not going to say when it was, but young man on the bus going to school, and he would eat those every morning.
What a disgusting man.
As Aw Smush It would play on the radio. Do you remember that song, Aw Smush It?
No.
Boy.
Oh, like Push It?
Yeah.
Like that Push It real.
Smush It. Smush It good. Yeah, and it would be on the, horrific memories, and that's the way we're going to end, I guess, today's podcast, Dave. Because,
what do you mean?
Well,
I
don't
end
know.
It already,
I guess not. I mean, I wanted to bring up Valentine's Day and kind of just vent
ready.
and... Yeah, we're just a little thin on topics today, I guess. I guess I could have stretched this out, but I don't want to try to stretch things out. We're going to have to be on the fly here and honest from the heart, and I feel that's what we've been. And I hate Valentine's Day, and I hate holidays and birthdays and all that stuff, primarily because most of the people that, when you're supposed to do all those things, they're all dead, Dave, so...
Can I take a minute here, Billy, since we are running low on topics? Let me talk let's us talk about Rosemary Chalmers, and the whole KSEO crew that took off to Santa Cruz Voice. Because we don't have time to do this, and maybe it's not even a good idea to do this on the radio, but we can do it here. This is our podcast.
Yeah, we talk about anything. Absolutely.
So Rosie, Charlie Friedman, Alex Schaefer and his dad, I think Mama Bear's Radio, Elephant in the Room, Gary Shapiro, Sleepy John, Michael Olson, all of those guys are now broadcasting at Santa Cruz Voice. And if you go there right now, santacruzvoice.com, you're going to hear some of the weirdest sounds from the ocean. It's just weird.
Yeah, they've got like just a clip, like a bumper clip of something, just sounds of the ocean. I think it's a whale. I think there's maybe it sounds like an otter.
I think I heard a starfish in there somewhere.
I don't know.
I don't know either, dude. But it's weird. I don't know what those creatures are. It's some kind of weird, bizarre
sounds of the ocean,
otherworldly sounding stuff. Yeah, sounds of the ocean, and it is another world. Anyways, santacruzvoice.com. If you go there, it is working now, and I believe they will start programming next week.
Oh, cool.
So next week, that'll be the first full week of February.
And I think that
should be broadcast.
I think I saw Rosemary had posted something that she said was going to be, Monday, January, is that the 6th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monday, January 6th.
I don't know if that's the 6th or not because I don't
6th
have
or
a calendar.
7th,
We
yeah.
fired
Anyways,
everybody around
yeah.
here, including the calendars. We
Yeah.
fired those two, got them out of here.
But you can look it up real easy online, and that will be the place to go to find them. So you should go to their website. Yeah, the website, Santa Cruz Voices.
Santa Cruz Voice.
Oh, Santa Cruz Voice.
SantaCruzVoice.com. And I believe soon they will have an app too.
Oh, cool.
Because I know there's a lot of people out there who are bummed out that they're not going to be on terrestrial radio. They will not be on regular radio. You're going to have to listen to them online one way or the other, whether it's with a computer, home computer or laptop, or hopefully soon the app will make it a lot easier.
Oh, that
especially for
for
some of the older people, some people who are not into technology. It's a lot easier for them. Everybody has a smartphone. You just tap on the picture and boom, there you go.
Oh, it'll be super easy. Yeah. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So that's what's going on there. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that. Yeah, I guess we should probably wrap it up, Billy.
Yeah.
I have some good topics for today. I did see a movie.
Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. That's what I forgot to bring up. I was supposed to watch Frogs from last week.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't put it on my notes because I did attempt to watch it. I can't do it. I just couldn't do it, Dave.
Really?
I just can't. There's just, you know what it is? Like I was telling you about the film stock and the way some things are. It's one of those. That's in the 70s. But awful. It's just. It's like
great. What do you mean?
It's torturous to my eyeballs. There's no depth of field to whatever camera lens. It looks like it's shot on like a 1980s video camera. It's just
I'll tell you
I just
what,
can't
Billy,
do it, Dave. Give me something a little better. I
have more respect for that movie than I do for the total turd I watched. I don't even want to watch it. I would rank it up there as far as badness with Kronos by Peter Jackson. It's just so bad, but it's not because of quality. This guy had the biggest budget. He thought he was great. He thought he was the funniest thing. And I don't know how this man made a living in Hollywood. I guess I do, but I don't get his humor. And that's Mel Brooks.
Oh, well, Mel Brooks.
History of the World. Isn't that his movie?
Did he direct that? I'm not sure. Maybe he did.
I think so. Whoever that guy is, I think it's Mel Brooks.
I think that is Mel Brooks.
Don't get his humor. I don't get it. It's childish. It's dumb.
I think
I don't get it. He's the same guy who did Blazing Saddles and
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein, on the other hand, is an exception to the rule. As far as he goes, that is funny. That is genius.
I think I might agree with you on this one. Kind of. I feel like Mel Brooks is a kind of director who's hit or miss. And I think that Young Frankenstein is his like best work.
Absolutely. He did. So the ones I've seen is History of the World. I saw It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World.
That's not Mel Brooks. He didn't direct that.
Who did?
It's a Mad, 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 Mad World is directed by. He was too young at that time to direct that.
You might be right.
That came out in I can't remember who directed it.
He's in that movie though.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
I believe so. He's also in Silent Movie.
Silent Movie he directed.
Which is a dumb movie.
That's a terrible movie. I agree.
God.
It was a terrible idea for a movie and a terrible movie.
There's one scene in there that is funny as hell. One scene, and that's when one guy's yelling at him at Mel Brooks and says, slapstick movies are over, and he slams his hand on the desk, and then his chair falls back, and he goes whoop, all the way across the room into the wall. It's totally
I don't remember that.
Stupid.
That movie is so unforgettable.
It is funny. But so Mel Brooks, I don't give him a pass. His movies are garbage, with the exception of Young Frankenstein.
You can't look. The problem
They're garbage,
is
dude. There's little bits of good stuff here and there, but overall, it's not funny. Well, I can't watch it. It's unwatchable to me. At least Frogs tried to be good. They were limited by their budget and by the acting.
Yeah,
again,
I hear
by the
what
budget.
you're saying.
There was intention there. There was a good movie there. They might not have tapped it, and they might have not, but at least there was something original there. And Mel Brooks, I guess is original too, but it's just not funny to me. It's just not funny. And I would rather watch Frogs all day long. I would rather watch Killdozer all day long, but not Ticks. I watched The Ticks the other night.
What is that about? What is that? The Tick?
No, Ticks. I think it's called Ticks or The Ticks. It's about these kids these kids, I say in quotes because they're all 20-something years old. They're supposed to be high school students. They go on this getaway camp to a getaway summer camp. and they're attacked by these big giant ticks that lay big bags of larvae. It's a super disgusting.
And it was good?
It was terrible. It was terrible. And I like good movies.
Right.
I mean, I like bad movies, but that thing was terrible.
You're not going to make me watch that one, are you?
I struck out twice on that one, Billy. I struck out on the ticks and on History of the World. Terrible, terrible movies. Don't watch them, kids.
I
should have watched Jaws 4, like I said. Jaws the Revenge. That's what I should have watched.
That would have been more entertaining. It probably, because it has a big budget, and then when they fail, at least it looks good, right?
Yeah.
I would say that I would agree with you going back to Mel Brooks that a lot of his movies I don't really care for either, and people consider them to be great. Like Blazing Saddles, the thing with the beans and the cowboys and all that. Just, to me, that's like I wouldn't even put that in the movie.
It's disgusting.
Like
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But for me, I feel that with comedy, even if Mel Brooks only made Young Frankenstein, you will still go, "Wow, that's a piece of comedy. That's a really good one." You know,
Young Frankenstein was great.
But a lot of his stuff, I don't care for. He's hit or miss. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what we're going to do for the next show, Billy, but I'm sure we'll have something.
We'll have something cooked up,
next week, though. We're not going to do a show regular hours because I have a sale going on at the Dave Cave next week. So we're going to have to work around that. If there is a new podcast next week,
there will be. We'll make it happen some way.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll pull it off one way or the other. So do you have any recommendations for a movie I should try to check out? Give it a chance, because that frogs thing.
I don't know. I joined a new group on Facebook that is all about bad movies, bad B movies, and I'm hoping to get some inspiration from there.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to find good bad movies, dude. It really is.
It is. That's absolutely true. I would agree with you on that one. And the best ones, I think, are the ones that are bad but good. As you tend to agree, but your bar is a little maybe lower than mine. It's got to be a little.
Well, there's different
more...
categories, Billy. There's the kind of movie that's bad but good enough for me to watch the whole thing, to sit there and watch it. Then there's the kind of movies that are bad but good enough to have on as I'm doing other things, cleaning the house, exercising, reading the paper, and just kind of look up every now and then and kind of half-ass pay attention. There's that kind of movie. Then there's the bad movies that are just so bad I can't even watch them. I can't stomach it.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. And those are the ones I don't want to watch. I don't want to waste time watching something like that anymore. I learned my lesson on History of the World. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me that you can't finish it, because
I feel like I'm cheating though doing that. And
because I think with comedy sometimes it depends on the people's personality, and to me he's too hit or miss for me. But a lot of comedy directors are that way. For example, like Woody Allen, I think he's got a couple of really hilarious movies and a lot of stinkers too. So.
Well, maybe the audience can send in some suggestions. Info at 1080 After Dark. Info at 1080 After Dark. And maybe you know what I would like to do, Billy? And I don't know if this will work, but sometimes you hear people on podcasts that will watch a movie. They'll queue it up, like we'll sit here and queue up Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And we'll just sit here and watch it, and we will talk about it as the movie's rolling. Yeah. I'll tell you facts like where this was shot, who these actors are.
Right.
And so that people who are listening to the podcast, they can go home, start the movie at the same time, and watch the movie as we narrate what's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mystery Science Theater with Billy and Dave, but you play us when you start your movie, and there you go.
Absolutely.
I think that would be a fun thing to do.
No, we could even do that right this second if we wanted to pull it up. But yeah, we can do that. Yeah, there's a lot of great. But
we'd have to study the movies, so that we know. What
we're talking about. Yeah. Well, we'll just pick a movie, and then ahead of time we'll figure it out. But let's hope it's better than Frog. Like, I don't know how you can stomach those movies the way they're shot. I mean, they don't make you. You know what it is? Maybe it's this.
What's
honestly,
wrong with actually
you're technically colorblind, right?
Yes.
I just find it so the way that whoever was the cinematographer, it's just so ugly. It's just so ugly shot.
I don't get why you say that. And if it certainly wasn't with the shots or the camera film quality. It wasn't like there were parts that were I think it was badly directed. Maybe like when the spiders and the frogs are crawling all over that guy, and he's just sitting there going, there's a spider on me. There's a frog on me now. Now there's 10 frogs on me. I'm not going to get up and run. I'm just going to sit here and yell. But I don't think that had nothing to do with the
equipment,
framing, and the angles and the film quality. I thought all that stuff was really pretty standard for the 70s, maybe even surprisingly good for a bad 70s movie. I thought
brutal.
Yeah,
that was a dark ages of film, and much like now, we're kind of living in a dark ages of the film industry now. It's kind of too bad. A lot of people that tend to be talking about it. I'm going to be the first to complain about it. But maybe it's because of all the technology you have. I feel that when we can get to a place, maybe culturally, and because technology is so huge that everyone can see every movie anytime, that all the big studios, they want to appeal to a world market. When we can get away from maybe that level of thinking from the big studios, where they say, hey, we don't have to make $100 million movie. We can make this $10 million movie and focus on the script, and maybe it only appeals to an American audience, but they'll start doing that again for the sake of variety and hopefully for the sake of programming, because I think it's a dark age of like filmmaking right now. Even though the technology's there, the stories are not as interesting. I mean, I'll give it at least the stories in the 70s were more interesting. Not Frogs, of course, but...
What do you mean not Frogs, dude? Are you kidding? Did you see the part? Did you see the part when they cut the guy's cable and cut his phone lines and then called him?
No, I just...
Dude, that was awesome. He was trying to watch the Sugar Ray fight, and he couldn't because the Frogs cut his power lines.
Okay,
and then they cut his phone line. And then he's thinking, oh, God, darn it, I can't call for help. The phone's dead. He's like, tick, 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 tick. Hey, hello. Hangs it up, and then next thing you know, it rings.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, who is this? Ribbit.
Yeah, that's got to be like
badass.
That's a drive-in movie, right? That's all day long a drive-in movie.
That's Oscar stuff there.
But why don't we ever see stuff like that nowadays? You just never see movies like that. Why can't we have more of that, Dave? Wouldn't that be more fun?
Well, you don't think so. I think so. I think it's great.
Well, with modern technology,
a pack of killer
good.
frogs running down the block.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah,
but it sounds fun.
Yeah, dude.
And maybe now we could even do like 3D.
Now you're starting to get
what
it.
about the idea of a 3D frog jumping out at you? Like, we need people in movie theaters again. Let's start up with some gimmicks here, studios. Come on, let's get some 3D frog, spider movies, whatever.
We'll put a bunch of glue on the seats so they can never leave.
Well, we need to do something that doesn't hurt their clothing, Dave. Maybe we could.
Okay. All right.
Maybe big fans would blow on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, Billy. We could work on that, though.
Yes,
maybe we'll have some ideas for the next podcast. We'll
figure it out for the next one. That's right. Yes.
All right, Billy. Well, this is almost 45 minutes. I guess that's close enough. I like to make them an hour long, but we are short on time.
would have liked to go a little longer, but we were short this week. We apologize. We thank you for listening. We will be back next week, definitely. And
hey,
no movie recommendations for next week? Nothing?
Let's see. What am I going to watch? I am going to watch. I don't know, Billy. I don't know. I guess Jaws 4, but that's not really a bad movie.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it is a bad movie, but I want to watch a really ridiculously bad movie.
All right. Well, I can't think off the top of my head, but I'll try to find something and watch it, and I'll have something to talk about.
If you want to watch a good movie,
yeah, sure. Well, what is it?
That's black and white. Actually, I think one of the things I wanted to talk about in the show, which is coming up in just a few minutes here, is good black and white movies.
There's a lot of great ones.
Yeah, and one of them I saw that I don't know how it ended up on the bad movie list, on the B movie list, but it's a movie called The Black Cat. And that is a fantastic dark house movie. And it's about this cat whose owner was murdered, and the cat saw it and goes for revenge against all the people who came to get the owner's will. The owner was dying and everybody came to get the money. And the owner looked like he was going to pull through and not die, and somebody killed the owner of the house. The cat saw it and just starts taking them out one by one. In the cat ways, though, not with a knife or in a machine gun.
Sounds cool.
He just, he'll tangle up among their feet as they're going down the stairs, or he'll, he kills them all to get revenge for his owner.
I want to have to watch that. Yeah. What's it called again?
The Black Cat. And it's very, very grainy black and white. I mean, it is one of the first probably talkies.
Oh, yeah.
It's that old.
Very fascinating. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch that. It sounds very interesting. In regards to the YouTube channel, I was thinking about doing, on the subject of early black and white films, we live out here in Northern California. There's Cabrillo College, and they've got this mansion next to it, the Cessnon House. But that mansion was originally built by Mary Pickford, who was the earliest silent screen superstar comedian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, probably about, it'd be like... It might have been just before the turn of the century, maybe even 1910. And so, I wanted to talk about silent comedy in that era. And we'll do that all next week. So
good. Sounds good, Billy. All right, let's get out of here. We're going to wrap it up. This is
good, Dave.
Flight 1080. No, this is 1080 After Dark is what it is. Damn it, I can't even keep the shows straight. Okay,
please subscribe to the channels, everybody. YouTube and the RSS feed. We appreciate it. See you next week.
Email info@1080afterdark. That's info@1080afterdark. Text and voice messages can be left at area code 831-218-5726. That's area code 831-218-KSCO.